What up, people? Niche Girl 30 here. And guys, we're at another mini Q&A, and before I get started with this, I really do want to apologize to Final Limits. I actually did forget his questions last time because they were put on Messenger on Facebook instead of actually doing it my usual way, and it was my bad. I actually did forget, but I thank you so much for copying your questions and actually putting them on YouTube. That actually does help me out a bit, but I thank you so much for that. And guys, another mini Q&A. Let's get started with my Twitter questions that I have first, and this comes from Largest85. Your first question for me is, what are your feelings on Girl Meets World so far in 2015? Do you think they need to get serious? Yes, and next week it actually is going to bring the drama with the two-parter episode about them going to Texas. Finally, things come to light between Maya, Riley, and Lucas. It's a given for those that actually have been watching Girl Meets World, to where that Riley's still confused about her feelings towards Lucas, while Lucas is actually have feelings for Maya and Maya back. So they need to bring the drama, because Boy Meets World brought a lot of drama. They need to actually start bringing the drama too, and I'm kind of happy that they are, because they should have a long time ago. So I am looking forward to next week. I'm looking forward to things to be a little bit more serious instead of bubblegum kitty. And I'm really looking forward to what's going to be happening for this season. But let's move on from there to your second question. Do you think Girl Meets World is too childish since it's on the Disney Channel? No. The Disney Channel is actually starting to become a little bit more edgy. They're not afraid of going outside the box now, which is something I really do appreciate. I always thought they were going to be bubblegummy for the rest of my life, but every time I watch it. But honestly, they're not afraid to step outside the box, and I'm glad they're actually taking the Disney brand in a different direction, but making it more so PG than PG-13, which I'm fine with that. I'd rather have a PG Disney than a G Disney all the time, because I think that now, as time goes on, us as a people are becoming more desensitized to violence as well as to blood, even sex. We're becoming desensitized to that. So I don't think it's going to affect a lot of people as much as it did so many years ago. So I'm kind of glad that they're going that angle and becoming more PG. I actually do enjoy some Disney shows now. Except some Disney shows are more corny than others. But Girl Meets World, they have no choice but to make it good. Because me as a fan, remember it when it came out in the 90s. I grew up along with the characters. And that actually did strike a chord with a lot of the fans. So they'll be losing a lot of fans, as well as losing some of the new fans if they don't do it right. So, but either or, I'm looking forward to it, and I think they're doing a good job and going in the right angle. What do you think of the Halloween episode? The Halloween episode actually was pretty fun. It usually supposed to be not as serious. I'm happy it was just the girls, not with the guys there, the girls and guys. I'm happy it's just the girls, and it was all about that bay window, because that bay window had a lot of memories, not only for her parents, Riley's parents, but also for her and Maya. So I'm happy there was a story around it. They did, and in fact it was haunted was even more awesome for me. I think they did a good job. That's just me. I don't think it was bad. I enjoyed it. I really did. And your next question, are there any episodes that you liked or disliked so far this year? I guess this maybe is a part B to the third. No, this is the fourth question that you sent me. Okay. Honestly, there's not many episodes that I didn't like. Well, the thing about Lucas and Maya, I wanted it to, not Lucas and Maya, but Lucas and Riley, I kind of wanted it just to be, okay, fine, you kissed, it was uncomfortable, let's move on. But the fact is, they want to stay true to who Riley really is, the son of, the daughter of Corey. And Corey actually did think that way as a kid. So it just keeps dragging. And I'm not going to lie, that whole thing kept dragging on for a bit. But I'm happy to kind of wind it down, and maybe she's starting to catch on. But that was the only episode that I didn't like, because it was a given that it was going to be awkward anyway. But honestly, the way that they did it was a good job. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't a fan of it. But like their first date, I wasn't a fan of their first date, because it really didn't feel like a first date. It didn't. But either or, you know, it wasn't horrible. It was just something I just didn't like. But I really did like the second season a lot more than the first. But the first was a beginner. So you know you're going to have to go through some ups and downs with the beginning, the early season. But they actually are doing a good job with transitioning these individuals on being stronger. But I think that it's only going to have 2 seasons, and that's going to be it from what I'm hearing. I don't think they're going to extend it. But if the popularity is a lot stronger than they expected, they might extend it on to high school, and I'm hoping that they do. But anyway, I'm getting off tangent here. Your 5th question for me is Ben Savage a Jew? Honestly, I have no idea if he's Jewish. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. But anyway, moving on from there to the question. Oh wait, you actually sent me 6 questions, but I'm just gonna get this over with since it's just one more. What do you think of the little girl Ava? I get Ava Morgenstern, who literally has her own theme song every time she comes through the door, which is sweet. But anyway, who is Augie's girlfriend? Girlfriend slash friend? Ava is annoying, but honestly, she has a lot of interest. Like she's not as boring as I thought she would be. She can come off a bit annoying, but now they have Doy on there. I guess Dory is more of a cuteness factor, but at least Augie is growing up and Ava is starting to grow up too. She's not as annoying as she was for the first season, but now for the second season, she's kind of cool. She's not that bad. She actually is starting to grow on me, so I got no beef with her. But anyway, let's move on from the Twitter questions that you have sent me, and thank you so much for sending them to me. To go into my YouTube questions, and the first set is going to be Final Limits, and he's going to be the first question I actually answer from my YouTube page. What did you think of the video I sent you titled "Father of White Girl Rejects Black Boyfriend"? What should you do? You actually sent me 2. You sent me one about the abusive woman in the diner, and then you also sent me one about the black and white being rejected, boyfriend being rejected. But I'm going to turn these questions back on you. What would you do? You didn't expect that, did you? And I know you expected a complete and infinite, I guess a complete answer. I don't know about infinite, but a complete answer. So I'm going to turn it back on you. What would you do if you were in that situation? Because I don't know what I would do, and I can't answer that. But I want to know what you would do. For those that actually just heard that question, I want to know, what would you do if you encountered somebody being abused in the diner or in any kind of eating facility, or I guess more like restaurant, or any restaurant, and you encounter an abusive couple? What would you do? Would you help her out? Would you get up and rescue her? Would you fight off the boyfriend? What would you guys do? I want to know your questions, and leave it in the comments. The same thing for those who are in interracial relationships and who have been rejected by the parents of the opposite race that you're dating or whatever. Like, let's say that you're white and you're dating a black girl, or vice versa. Or shoot, let's say that one is Brazilian and the other person is Asian. Whether it's male or female, or male and male, female, female, whatever. But if you've been rejected by somebody else's race, what would you do? What situation would you do if you either encountered a couple that you see in a public place? What would you do about that? How would you feel? Would you go up and actually say something, or would you sit down and not say anything? I want to hear you guys' thoughts on that, and leave it in the comments. I'm leaving this open-ended for anybody that wants to answer it. So let's move on to that question, to your next question that you have for me. Okay, what did you like most about Monkey Dashi? Like I said in my other Q&A, the one thing that I liked about him was his mealtime, because of the little intro that he had at first. Not to mention he got a lot of cool gifts, and the fact that he got a sword, sweet. It was awesome. He brings a lot of energy to his meal times, and I love it. I actually did see his gaming video that he did on the latest WWE. I think it's 2K15. I think he did it NXT mode, And I thought that was kind of interesting how he inserted his voice into one of the silent characters that he was actually playing with. I thought it was really funny and I enjoyed it. I really did. He brings a lot of life into his videos and I enjoy every bit of them. And those are the two that I actually did like about him. Is Donald J. Trump our next president? No. No, sir. He is not. And this is what I've said to a lot of people. Donald Trump actually makes politics fun. That's why he's been around for so long. Politics are considered the most boring of the boring every few years. Or every like 4 years, everybody just gets bored. And you know, it's the whole same rigmarole, the same speech, the same slander between one or two individuals and maybe a whole gaggle of them. And then it's the same process, the primary, the post-primary, blah, 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 blah. Probably more stuff than that. And then the voting. It's boring. Let's be honest. Voting is boring. But it's something that must be done because this guy is going to literally be in control of a lot of things that might affect you. So I understand people gotta know stuff, but Donald Trump actually does make politics fun. Everybody wants to see him because he's a giant train wreck. We know that he's a train wreck. We know he is not capable of being a president, but he is just fun to watch. Trust me, when the big primary comes around, there's no way, no chance on this planet that this guy is gonna be our president. He's not. He's just there as comic relief. But when it's all said and done, he is not going to be our president. He's probably not even going to get that many votes. It's going to be somebody better than him. And honestly, I'm just going to say that right there. He's just there for comic relief, and then he'll be gone like yesterday's garbage. Seriously, that's just that's my theory on it. But moving on to Triple J. What do you think of Dracula? I actually like the tale of Dracula. I actually like I think if the movie is done right, and honestly, I to this day love Bram Stoker's Dracula. I actually do love it. They made it more like a love story, and it actually was well done. I love Gary Oldman as Dracula. I enjoyed it. I think Interview with the Vampire kind of had it was an interesting twist on it, but it was a little bit more, for 90s, I guess you can pretty much say gruesome, but honestly, it was done fairly well too. But these days, Dracula is not really represented as well as he should be, and at this moment, the worst representation by far was definitely Blade Trinity, and they made Dracula look really stupid. So yeah, but I do enjoy the character. I really, really do. Are you going trick-or-treating this year? No. That I am not. Isn't the graphics of Final Fantasy VII horrible? I wouldn't know because I haven't seen it. I know that old Final Fantasy VII, yeah, the graphics was really bad. But they actually are updating it, and I'm not going to say reboot, but more so of I can't think of what it is. Maybe restoring it, maybe. And that's probably a better word of saying it, but it actually is going to be on the next gen system, so it'll be way better than that. But yeah, when it was on the original PlayStation, it was bad. It was horrible, and Final Fantasy VIII looked way better than it. But moving on from there, would you like to sing some songs with me in karaoke bar? If I actually did know you and knew what you look like, and if we lived in the same state, I don't know. And I'm not much of a singer, so probably not. I would not want to embarrass myself. But thanks so much for the questions. Moving on to Yao Pipoca. How much do you weigh now to this day? And when was it the last time you weighed yourself? The last time I weighed myself was on Saturday, and I actually am 20 pounds lighter to this day. Yay! It took me about a month, but I actually did lose a total of 20 pounds, which makes me happy, and I'm actually at 174 right now, which makes me very happy from the 190 that I was before. So I thank the Lord for that, because it was a really tough thing, but I thank the Lord for this weight loss. But yeah, I'm actually 20 and a half pounds lighter. Yay! But moving on to your next question that you have for me is Kevin Owens versus Rusev. Would you like to see a feud with them? It would be interesting. It really would be, because they're both really strong. They have the same stature, practically the same height, same reach. It'll be interesting to actually see how they are in the ring. But Kevin Owens could actually make a decent feud out of anyone, because, well, Kevin Owens has that really, he has a lot of charisma, but he's very arrogant about it, as well as Rusev. And you have two heels going at it. I'm fine with that. Who would be the better guy? I'm fine with that. I think it'll be a really interesting feud to watch, but that's just my opinion. And moving on to the next set of questions was from that monkey Dashi. Yes, and like I said in my last questions, I did see your video. My favorite one is your mail time videos, as well as the last video, the gaming video that you did about 2K15, the WWE 2K15. I actually did enjoy it. You made it really fun. And not to mention the fact you get a lot of awesome stuff in your mailbags. So, yay. and I actually do have you as a reminder, to where that every time you make a new video, it will alert me that you made a new video. So I will definitely watch it every time it pops up, just like I do with all the other videos that I like. So keep it up, man. Keep up the good work. Awesome. Now, what if I became a commentator in WWE? Would you like that, my girl? It would really be interesting if you actually did become a commentator. You would probably, I mean, I don't know, knowing them, they would probably have to tone you down a bit. I hope that they would accept you the way you are, because you are very, very, very entertaining to watch. You might not be as colorful, because knowing them, they'll probably think you're too colorful, and they'll probably try to cut you down. But I hope that they accept you for who you are, man. Because seriously, you got a lot of energy in the way you talk, and you need to keep that up, because I love videos like that. I love videos with lots of energy. I enjoy them a lot more when everyone has energy when they speak. So definitely keep up the good job, man. If you do become a commentator, I will be highly happy, and I will be very entertained every time you're on screen. So keep up the good work, man. And my last set of questions comes from, I guess it's Omani Himmaha. I hope I said it right. Omani Himmahati. That probably means something, and I probably kind of, it went completely over my head. But anyway, here are your questions for me. Thoughts on CM Puke 101? I have no idea. I have not seen any. If that's a person's a YouTuber, I have not seen their videos. Is CM Punk that traitor, or is CM Punk that traitor ever coming back to wrestling? Okay, CM Punk made a decision to leave. He made that decision to leave on his own. I would not consider him to be a traitor, though. That's just me. The way he did it was wrong, and especially kind of a screw you or F you to the fans. But he decided to leave, and he has that right to leave. I wouldn't consider him a traitor. I just consider him to be really selfish the way he did it. But he has a choice whether or not to come back or leave. But no, he is not coming back. He is done. He is officially done with WWE. Does Ryback take steroids? I have no idea. I would not be surprised if that is true. What female wrestlers do you not like? Name them in a full list. The only one that I really, honestly, and truthfully do not like at all is Alicia Fox. She's the only one that I don't like thus far. I'm okay with the Bella Twins. I'm okay with Natalya. I'm okay with the latest NXT girls that came across, because they actually do have interest. And I'm okay with Paige. But I just don't like Alicia Fox because she's boring. She tries to make herself interesting every day, but it's always an epic fail. And the only way people can notice her is she just acts real weird and has that ghetto stank attitude. And if you gotta do that to get people's interest, then you're just flat out boring. But I will admit, her wrestling style has improved leaps and bit my lip. It has improved leaps and bounds, but she still needs work with her personality. She just does. That's just how I see it. That's just really how I see it. But your next question for me is, your last question for me is, have you ever wished death upon a wrestler? No, because they're just wrestlers. They actually do play characters. I may not like a character, but I don't know the person. And even if I knew the person, I could not do that. That's just something I don't think I would do, because I as much as the storylines, as much as the character disappoints me, that's how I feel about the character. That's how I feel about the show. I don't wish death upon anyone, and I don't wish death upon somebody I don't know. But either or, I wouldn't do it. That's pretty much it. I wouldn't do it. But guys, thank you so much for sending me questions. And if you have any more questions for me, by all means, send them to me via YouTube, in my inbox, or on Twitter at RKH30 #NatureGirlQ&A. And I actually do have the latest Wrestlers Graveyard that is up on Jack Swagger. So if you guys want to see that, stay tuned to that. And thanks so much for sending me questions. This is Nature Girl 30 signing off. Peace out, guys. Later.